Welcome. I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my humble home gym on this very rainy day here in North Carolina. Not better weather to be stuck inside, working out in our home gym, sweating it out. So, all right, let's get started. Just check a few boxes for me, if you will, before you get started. One, make sure you've had enough fuel for today, meaning food, water, calories. So make sure you've got enough in your system. Make sure you haven't just eaten 30 minutes or so, at least, to digest. And make sure that you've had enough rest since your last intense workout. So I suggest at least 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours if you need it. And then lastly, if you are underslept, tired, overly stressed, take a moment, consider whether or not this is the best workout for you to do, or whether or not maybe you should do something lower intensity on a day like today. And then once you have done that self-assessment for me, you've been honest with yourself and you're ready, you're ready to go, let's go. All right, so we are going to jump right into it. We're going to get down on the floor for our little mobility warm up here. All right, so go ahead and join me on the floor. You can just rest your head on your hands, forehead on your hands. Relax on the floor for a minute. Take just a couple of breaths here. Maybe wiggle your hips back and forth if you need to until you find a moment to be still. And don't worry, we're not going to stay here long. I just want to give you a chance to let the front of the body open up. Let the shoulders relax back down the back. Feel some space between the jawline and the neckline. And start to feel your rib cage. Actually check in. Notice the weight of your rib cage on the floor. Notice the weight of your pelvis on the floor. Feel the tops of the feet relaxed on the floor. Just beginning to draw our awareness into our bodies and off of our to-do lists. All right, so we're going to start by bending the right knee out to the side. So the right knee is going to be out at like a 90-degree angle from the hip. Okay, and then you're just going to take your time, walk your way up onto your forearms. So your elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Hands are broad. And we're going to just take some cat and cows here. So that means on perhaps an exhale, round the upper back and let the head lower and be heavy. And then as you inhale, draw your chest in between your forearms and look up and out. And just move like this with your upper spine and your head. Just move with your breath. And at whatever pace feels good. And whatever in-out breath coordination you do, you don't have to round on the exhale. You can round on the inhale, and then, whatever feels right to you, it doesn't matter. Just relax, move with your breath, get some movement into your upper spine, and just try to let the lower body, the hips, the legs, let those all just relax. Let it be still so that your effort and your movement here is all isolated in the thoracic spine, the rib cage on up to the head. All right. Now, the next time that you round your upper back, just take a pause and listen, because instead of extending the chest forward, now what I want you to do is reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, open the chest, take a twist, look up at the right fingertips, and then come back down onto forearms, round the upper back, and let's do that. So we're going to take these little twists. So you're going to round, and then you're going to open up, look up at the fingertips as they reach up towards the tops of the floor. And You know, some of us may be pretty tight in our backs here, so you might not be able to twist very far. That's okay. The point is just to bring some movement and some rotation into the upper spine here. And again, we're just moving with the breath in whatever way feels, natural, normal to you. Let's take one more, rounding the upper back and then opening up the chest, lifting up out of that left arm, that left shoulder as you reach the right fingertips up, and then come all the way down off of your forearms, head back on your hands, fold them under your forehead. And then use an exhale to just extend that right leg behind you. So now both legs are long behind you. And again, you can just rest here in stillness for a breath, or you can shake your hips side to side, whatever feels good. Before we move to the other side. So when you're ready, left leg now is going to bend out of the hip, coming out at that 90-degree angle, and then you're going to come up onto your forearms here. Okay. Resting on your forearms, elbows under the shoulders. Start your cat and cow movement here. Again, just rounding the upper spine and then drawing the front of the chest forward, looking up, top of the head up. Bye, TY. And letting the lower body be heavy. Just trying to isolate this movement just into the very top of the spine. Let your head move with your spine. Let your head drop down as you round the upper spine. And last time here, as you round the upper back, now prepare that you're going to open to the left. So you're going to reach the left fingertips up to the sky, twisting to the left, opening the chest to the left. Oh, much tighter on this side. You might find the same, that one side is tighter than the other. Then round the upper back. And then again, as you inhale or exhale, extend those fingertips up, look up, twisting as far as you're able to. And just take a couple more of these, moving on your own time. Remembering that as you lift up, you want to lift up out of that right arm, that right shoulder, so that you're not sinking down your weight into your shoulders. And last seconds here. And then, again, come down forehead onto the hands. And then extend that left leg long behind you. Both legs are long. You can lie here in stillness for a couple of breaths or wiggle the hips side to side. Whatever feels good before we get moving on. Last breath here. All right. So the relaxing part is over. All right, I'm going to show you quickly the warm-up. Before I do that, let me get my stopwatch started here so I don't forget to keep time for us. You're welcome to use your own stopwatch too if you decide that if you get kind of into a little bit of a different rhythm than me. That's totally fine. So, all right. So, warm up. You're going to need a box or chair, something sturdy to sit on for this. Okay, so if you don't have that nearby, you pause, go grab one now. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So it's real simple. You're going to come down onto your hands in either plank or hands and knees. You're going to give me 5 as quickly as you can. Push-ups as quickly as you can. Get up, get onto your seat, and 8 to 10 of these guys. And if you have any weight, if you have some small dumbbells you can hold here in your hands to add some weight to this, or you can hold a kettlebell, if you want small weight for that. You don't have to, but it's an option, all right? So you're going to do the 5 push-ups as fast as you can. Remember to broaden through your hands, kind of rotate your shoulders in. Use your core to support yourself. Give me 5 push-ups as quick as you can. Get into your seat. Go straight into your jumps. You're trying to move as fast as you can. Get that heart rate up quickly. This is a sprint. We're doing a quick couple sprint intervals, okay? So I want you to move quick, get your heart rate up quick. This will take about 45 seconds, and then we'll rest for a couple minutes. We'll come back and we'll do it again. So let's get ready to start in 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Go ahead, get down into your plank. Give me 5 push-ups right now. Again, use your core. Feel the front of the ribs thread together a little bit. Lengthen the arms out of the shoulder joints as you push up. Then once you're done, walk back onto your heels as fast as you can. Get down into your seat and don't stay there immediately. Just feel yourself lift up for takeoff. 8 to 10 jumps here. You want to feel yourself roll through your feet. Take it from a former ballerina. So you want to feel roll through your foot. That means lift the heel, then the ball of the foot, and then press the feet. Point the toes towards the ground. Lift up as high as you can. Extending those legs out of your hips. And if you're done, once you're done, rest. And for right now, got 2 minutes starting now. All right. This is where having your own stopwatch could be helpful if you need a little more rest, if you're moving slower than I am. I don't recommend moving any faster, but if you need a little extra time, then have your own stopwatch. Give yourself 3 minutes in between. Take whatever you need. If you're having a day, you're tired, you need more than 3 minutes in between our intervals or in between our strength work, take it. The point is to rest long enough that you have rebuilt the capacity to then push yourself to your limits. So rest is not bad. 1 more minute. And we're going to do that 2 more times, all right? Again, we're getting that heart rate up. Moving in sprints. Love interval training. Such an efficient way to build cardiovascular strength and to combine that with this plyometrics work to build some bone strength with some gravity force impacts. Ready? No, you still got half a minute. All right, and you got 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. So start to make your way into plank. 5 more seconds and get ready to begin now. 5 push-ups, fast as you can go. Good form though. Good form. Long legs. Lengthen the legs out of the hips. Broaden those hands. Draw that belly in. Use your core to help press yourself up. Once you've got those 5, again, get back into your seat as quickly as you can and as quickly as you can. Lift up, rock it up out of that seat for your 8 to 10 jumps. You got this. Moving as fast as you can. I want you to feel like you are breathing hard by the end of this. Making those nice big jumps. Make it count. And I'm sure you are probably done. So again, take 2 more minutes, rest. We'll do that one last time. Oh, should have refilled my water before class. I'm about out. So water, are you drinking enough water? Yeah. Staying hydrated is important, especially if you're really physically active. To help with recovery. everything. So, okay, we got about 1 more minute. I like to challenge myself in these rest periods to just genuinely just be still and be patient and relax. Kind of like a meditation. Let it be a short little period of doing nothing, just being still, letting your heart rate come down. All right, let's get going here in 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Get you into your plank. When you're ready, go ahead, begin. Last round. 5 push-ups. Best push-ups, best, fastest push-ups you've got. Use that core. Use that core. Draw it in as you get back onto your chair. Keep working with the core. Imagine that you are lifting yourself up out of that chair and into your jumps with your core muscles, with your feet pressing through. Really drive yourself here. Give yourself that good gravity impact for your bones. This is such a short sprint. You're almost done. Okay. All right. Good job. Dun, 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 dun. This is my congratulations dance for being finished with that. All right. So you get to rest while I demonstrate our first strength series. All right. We're gonna do some rows and some squats. So I'm just gonna use a lightweight to show you this. So we're gonna do this in a progressive load format. So you want to start with a lightweight, and we're going to be doing 4 rounds. So you're going to get a little bit heavier each round. Don't worry, you'll do fewer sets each round as well. But do use your best judgment for this first round to choose something that you can do an upright row with, all right, and be able to do 12 and still have a few more left after that in you. Okay, so pretty lightweight. So the rows are simple. If you've never done one of these with the kettlebell, this is what it looks like. Yep. So my feet are about hip width apart. I'm drawing my low belly in. I got my spine. I'm lengthening up through the crown of my head, lengthening down into my feet, and just simply pulling my elbows up, but not my shoulders. So just like this. So bringing the chest, bringing the weight up to about chest height, pulling the elbows up just above my shoulder height while drawing my shoulder blades down my back. Boom. Okay, so you're really going to feel this up here. So you're going to do 10 to 12 of those. Gently set your weight down. Shake it out. Have a light weight. You can use the same light weight if you want, depending on how your legs are feeling today. You might want to use something a little heavier. We're just going to take a few seconds break, and then we're going to move straight into the pistol squat. Boom. And okay, again, doing 10 to 12. Let's actually aim for 15 squats this first round. So you got 10 to 12 rows with a fairly light weight. Set it down gently. Take a breath. Get your weight for doing your 15 pistol squats. You can start with no weight here too. So that's also an option. All right. And everybody should know the squat. Again, you're just sitting your weight back into your heels. Feet are at hip or just a little bit wider. Okay. Sitting all that weight back. I'm scooping my tailbone back behind me. And when you hit that bottom, see if you can pause. Boom. And then come up. And to come up, I'm squeezing my glutes and pressing my hips forward. Hips forward. Squeeze the glutes. Pressing down into my feet. Okay? So, get your weights. Let's get set up. to get started in 15 seconds, okay? So you're going to start with your rows in 5 seconds. So go ahead and pick up your weight, get it positioned, get your feet positioned, get your abs turned on, your core turned on, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and when you're ready, go ahead and begin. 12 rows, please. Elbows coming up, shoulder blades going down. And once you complete those, just take a gentle squat, drop your weight down, take a step back, relax for just a couple breaths, and then let's get yourself set up for the pistol squat. Pull that weight up, whichever weight you're using, if you are using a weight at all. All right, get your feet set up, get your core abs set up. When you're ready, 15 squats. Send that tailbone back and down. Squeeze that butt as you come up. Thrust your hips forward. 15 real nice squats. Again, using that core to support the spine. Gently draw the low belly in. And as you're squatting, imagine that, especially as you're coming up, you're moving weight down. You're pressing down, but you're also lengthening up through your spine, through the crown of the head to bring yourself up. So your energy is actually moving in two directions. And then once you're done with your with your squat, let that weight come down. And from this point forward, let's take a 60-second rest. So you're going to now move up to a heavier weight, what we would maybe call a medium to light weight here. So we did 12 rows this last time. Let's aim for 8 to 10 rows the second time with your medium to light weight. And again, you should still feel like you could do 12, even 15 rows, maintaining your form. Even if it were hard to do it, you could do it, maintain good form. All right, so we don't want to hit our edge just yet. We are marching towards it. We don't want to be there yet. So have some reps in reserve at the end of this 8 to 10 reps. And let's get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your weight in hand, get your body set, core set, and go ahead and begin with this next round of rows. Elbows up, shoulders down, back of the neck nice and long. Feel those feet broad on the floor. Feel your core supporting you. Just a super simple row up and down. Simple, but shoulder burning. And that's okay. We want to feel that burn. Then once you have finished those rows, set your weight down. Now go ahead and start to make your choice for your squats. This time I want you to get 10 to 12 squats with a slightly heavier weight. So if you chose no weight last time, add some light weight. If you had light weight last time, grab your next level up, maybe 5 pounds more. And once you've got your weight, go ahead, jump right into those squats. Okay, let's go. 10 to 12 with our medium to light weight. Again, sending that weight back into your heels and feeling that two-way movement as you press up, as you squeeze your glutes to cut and press your hips forward. You're pressing down into your heels while you're sending your energy up, long spine out through the crown of your head. Good. Okay, so from here, 60-second rest again. Between this third and the fourth final round, we're going to take a little bit longer rest because we're moving into some heavy weight now. So this next round, I want you to do a weight where you can do 7 to 8 rows, okay? You want to do 7 to 8 rows. Choose a weight in which you could do those 7 to 8 and still have 4 more rows left to do in good form. So it's okay if you're grunting by the end, all right? But you don't want to be losing your form suddenly, getting out of whack, shoulders coming up in order to get that weight up, all right? So choose a weight that's responsible, that's challenging but responsible, so that you can do, like I said, 7 to 8 rows and still be able to get to 10 if you really had to without shoulders losing form. Same thing on your squats. So you can go ahead and have your weight next to you now for your squats, moving up in weight so that you can get 8 squats in, still able to do 4 more. Yeah, so again, this is the medium to heavy round. So when you're ready, we're good past 60 seconds. So go ahead and grab your weight for your rows, feet set up, core set up. When you're ready, go. 7 to 8 rows. It's okay to grimace and grunt a little bit. I just want you to have those shoulders moving down the back, still supporting your core, still able to get your elbows just slightly above shoulders. If you cannot do that anymore, then you need to stop. You've gone a little bit too far. All right, but wherever you begin, end, again, squat, drop that weight down. Shake your arms out a little bit. Take a breath. Rest just a moment. And then go ahead and hop into your squats with your medium to heavy weight here. Again, this is going to be 8 squats now. Again, trying for that little pause as your butt gets down to its depth, bottom depth. Just take that little pause before you press up, getting that isometric strength building movement in along with the power that we're doing, putting into this squat. Okay, finishing up, I believe. So now I'm going to give you a good 2 minutes from here. Yep. So another 110 seconds rest. So this is headed into our final round, our heavy round. So we're going to do 5 rows, and you're going to do, let me say, 4 to 5 rows, and you're going to do about 5 squats. So again, you don't want to max out. You want to still have 2 or 3 repetitions of the movement in you to do if you had to. All right, we're trying to reach about 85% of our maximum capacity, and that is a scientifically proven physiologist stamped approval way of building your strength. Okay, we do not have to go to our edge or past it. We're just going to get right up to where we can see it. Yeah. So you may feel at this point that you cannot add further weight. You're just going to stick to what you had in your third round. That's completely fine. You can try going up, and then you may find that you don't make it to those 5 reps. You have to stop at 3. That's also okay. The point is you're listening to your body and guiding yourself towards your edge, like I said, but not walking right up on it. So now we have got 30 seconds. So choose your weight, get it in position. Final seconds of rest here. So again, you're going to do 5 rows if you can with this heavy weight, starting in 5, 4, 3. Get your weight ready. Set yourself up and go ahead and begin. You got this. Shoulders down, elbows up. If you have to stop at 2 or 3, that is completely fine. If you get to 5, you have judged this just perfectly. Congratulations. Either way, it's all good work. Yep. And then once you're done, relax, set that weight down. Take just a moment, pause here, a little full body rest, and then let's go. Squats. Final round of squats. If you can get to 5, perfect. Got to stop sooner than that. That's okay. I'm proud of you for pushing yourself on the weight and listening to your body. Butt back, heels down, spine lengthening up through the crown of the head. You've got this. Core is supporting you. All right. Good. Okay. Good work. Excellent. So take a sip of water, take a rest. And I'm going to show you our final round of strength movements here. So we've been doing rows and squats. Now we're going to move into a overhead press and a single leg lunge stand up. So this is going to be pretty challenging. It's going to challenge your balance. And so if you need to be by a wall for this, there's absolutely no harm in that, or a chair, just something that you can place your hand on. All right, so the press is simple, and you can do it seated or standing. I'll demonstrate it seated. You might appreciate doing it seated since we're doing a lot of leg work today. I'm just going to use this little weight. So the same thing as last time. We're going to do 4 rounds here, moving up in weight. So you can start with the lightest weight for the press. You can start with no weight for your lunges. All right, choose something easy to start and then work your way up. So the overhead press, simple. You've probably done this before with the kettlebell. I'm just bringing the hand right into the shoulder. My spine's nice and long. My butt is square on the chair. Drawing the low belly in, rounding a little bit through my upper back here, and then press up. And same thing as before. I just want to make sure that my shoulder is going down away from my ear as my hand is going up. All right, and you see I'm just going right up along the ear line, just along the side of the head here. So same thing as before. When you were rowing, shoulders going down. Now we're pressing the weight up. So you're going to do a single arm. One arm, set the weight down. Give your body a little rest before you do the other arm. All right. And same thing as before too. We're going to try for 12. So truly a lightweight here because you want to have plenty of reps in reserve when you finish those 12. You could go 15, 20 if you had to. Okay. So something light to start. So we're going to do the presses. Then you're going to stand up and make your way into the lunge. The lunge, and this is a gait movement, just a walking gait movement. So you're going to start here, knees at a 90-degree angle, right over the ankle. Both my feet are broad. I'm pressing down into the ball of my foot here. And I do really recommend no shoes for this. It will actually be easier. So your feet can really engage, and your ankles can engage, and you can work here. Kettlebell. If you're starting with a weight, again, like I said, choose a light weight. You're going to hold it on the same leg that you're standing on. So it's just a simple up and down. I say simple here, but my feet are really broadening and I'm drawing my low belly in. My core is working to support me so that I can shift my weight forward and up. And I don't want to hike this hip. That's going to take me off balance. So you really want to keep the pelvis level here. So if this is a new movement to you, I do suggest starting with 0 weight, just so you can kind of get your sense of balance and movement in this, and using your core and just imagining keeping your pelvis neutral as it's moving up and over your foot. That's going to help a lot, all right, with your balance. But of course, use a wall or a chair as needed here, okay? So you're going to do, like I said, 12 presses to start, right arm, then the left arm. Then give yourself just a couple breaths to rest, and then get down into your lunge position, starting with the right foot. We're going to do, now these are not easy. So you're going to start with 8 to 10. on each side. That's going to feel like a lot. 8 to 10 on the right, either with a light weight or no weight to start. And then give yourself, again, just a moment just to kind of rest. Let the whole body just relax before you get yourself into position. And then my left side is always the side that is a little weaker, harder to balance on. It's okay if you have to move slow here to get your balance. All right, so find your weight, and you can, if you want to stand to do the presses, that's fine. If you're going to sit, get your seat ready. Go ahead, decide now what weight you're going to use, if any at all, on your first round of lunge step ups. All right, and then let's get started. So let's get into position. All right, get your first weight up, ready, into the shoulder, sit bones, your butt square on your chair if you are sitting. If you're standing, feet nice and broad, hip width apart. And when you're ready, go ahead. 12 presses. Boom, right overhead. Get going. And same as before, that shoulder moving away from the ear, feeling an active core, feeling that spine lengthen up out through the crown of the head. And then weighted down into either the feet or your buttocks. And once you've finished your 12 on your first side, again, set the weight down, take just a few breaths. Let your center of the body just soften, relax. And then move on to the left side after you've given yourself that 4 or 5 breaths of rest period. And you can continue to use your breath, of course. You probably have already learned this, but just a reminder about using your breath as a support as you're pressing weight up. I tend to use the inhale on the press up and the exhale to support me coming down, but it's different for different people, so whatever feels right to you. And once you've finished, again, set the weight down. Just take your time, start to slowly move into your lunge position here. We don't need to be rushing ourselves. These are not easy movements, so there's no rush. When you get into that lunge position, again, just check that your pelvis, your hips are facing forward. Your feet are nice and broad. Draw your low belly in. Feel that rib cage kind of rise up a little bit as you draw the low belly in. And then when you're ready, go ahead and begin to stand up. Swing that back leg forward. And then step back. Again, going for 8 to 10 on each side with the lunges. And once you finish that first side, again, just stand up or sit down on the ground just to give yourself 4 or 5 breaths of rest in between each side. Even though it's opposite leg, it's still a full body movement. Your whole body is still having to work here. So give it time. When your heart rates come down, start your left side, 8 to 10 on the left. All right, so I'm imagining if you're not done, you are just about done. So I'm going to give a full 60 seconds here. Now it's more like 50 rest. Talk you through into moving into the next round. So just like we did with the rows and the squats, this second round you're going to move into a light to medium weight. So we did lightweight. Now we're going light to medium weight. So think about and go ahead and choose and set up what that's going to be for you for your press and what that's going to be for you for your lunge to step up. Getting your weights into position. And then we got about, let's say, 10 seconds. And then let's go ahead and begin again. So first you're going to start with the presses on the right. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, start with your overhead press right arm. Standing or sitting, wherever you are. Just paying again attention to your support structure in the center of the body. That long neutral spine. Using your breath to support you as you press up and the shoulder goes down. And I'm sorry, this is 8 to 10 presses. Hope you haven't done more than that already. So once you finish those 8 to 10 presses, set your weight down. Again, give yourself a couple of moments to breath, soften in the center. And then you can begin your second side, left side, 8 to 10 presses with this light to medium weight. And then as you finish up your presses, just take your time kind of slowly moving into the lunge step. Some of you might be adding weight for the first time, so just be patient with yourself. Take your time. Again, use the wall if you need to for support, starting with the right side. So last time we did 8 to 10. Now we're going to be working on 6 to 7. 6 to 7 lunge to step up. Right and then left. Again, activating that core, activating your feet, allowing those really important spaces of stability to support you as you move through this. Once you're done with that right side, again, give yourself a few breaths in between before you move on to the left side. Be patient. More important to be able to bring your full self into the activity and give it your all, than it is to move through it too quickly. Okay, so if you've already finished, good for you. For those of you wrapping up, I'm going to give us 60 seconds again. We've got 2 more rounds, so we're moving up in weight. So for the presses, again, we just did 8 to 10, so now we're looking at 6 to 7. 6 to 7 overhead presses with a medium to heavy weight, meaning that you're going to stop at 6 to 7, but if you had to, you could get 10 or 11. All right, so again, we're not going quite up to 85%, more like 75% of what we think our capacity is. Just listen to your body, judge based on how it went the last time. You may decide that you got to stick with the same weight for this round. That's okay. You may decide that you were too light, too easy the last round. You can jump up, these things happen, for me, it's always like that. And Heard some really smart folks in the exercise world say it's not about being perfect. We're still doing a lot of good work. We're still having an impact. We don't have to be exactly perfect. All right, so let's get started, right? So this is our medium to heavy round. So get yourself set up to start your presses on the right. Feet wide apart. Sit down on your butt if you're sitting, core activated, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Get ready. When you're ready, start press up. As your hand goes up, shoulder goes down. Use your breath. Use your confidence. Yep, 6 to 7. 6 to 7. And then set your weight down. Rest your center body. Rest your body. Give yourself a few breaths to let your heart rate come down. Okay, and then when you're ready to pick up your weight, make sure you get it right into that shoulder. And as you start to press up on the left side, again, feel that shoulder blade moving down as the top of the arm is moving up. Again, nice and square, supported on both buttocks, trying to keep your weight centered, either over your feet or over your hips. Use your breath. You got to grimace a little, you got to grunt a little, it's okay. Yeah. So, and then as you set that weight down, take 5 full breaths before you go into your lunges, okay? More if you need it, because it's getting heavy. So your concentration is getting tested, and you want to keep your concentration. You don't want to be out of breath as you move into any of these rounds. So take as much time as you need to feel yourself able to take a full good breath before you start. When you do start, get those feet in a good position. Activate the feet, activate the core. Feel yourself lengthen up out through the back of the rib cage, out through the back of the head. Use that energy of lifting and lengthening through the spine to help you get up as you come up into your gait, as you come up into standing on one leg. Remembering that pelvis, keeping it squared right in front of you, like headlights pointing in front of you. Yeah. Once you finish this side, move on to the next side. Now we're doing 6 to 7 here. All right. So now at this point in the workout, I'm doing the best I can on guessing how long this is taking you. Every person is a little different. So with this not being live, of course, you should know you can pause me, fast forward me, rewind me, whatever you need to do, all right, to go at the pace that makes sense for you. So, but I'm imagining at this point you're all at rest. So we're going to move into this one last time, one more round, trying to push yourself to a 3 to 5 maximum repetition. So that's 3 to 5 presses with the right, 3 to 5 presses with the left, 3 to 5 lunge to stand. Okay. It's highly experimental at this point. So you might get 2 in. You might wind up going, oh, I can do 6 or 7. That's okay. You know, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but use your best guess at this point to choose what weight you feel that is going to really challenging you at doing that 3 to 5 maximum. Again, you want to feel like you could do 2 to 3 more past what we're doing, all right? So, yeah, get your weights, make your choice, be bold and responsible. One can do both at the same time. And I'm going to give it another at least 30 seconds. So if you're watching your own clock, I hope you will take at least 2 minutes, if not longer, before you start into this next round. We've got plenty of time because this is our last round of strength work. So there's really no rush. So if you are sticking with my pace, let's go ahead and get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, 3 to 5 presses. This is your heavy round, so it's not going to feel easy. But you should be able to maintain all your form here. Maintain that shoulder going down as you press up. Core is lifting you up. Yeah. And once you know you have almost reached your edge, you need to stop. When you stop, again, set that weight down. Give yourself a few breaths of complete rest before you start the left side. No rush, no rush. This is your last round, so take it easy. This is heavy weight. Okay? It can be both mentally and physically taxing doing this heavyweight work, which is good. Good. So I give you permission, if you feel ready, go ahead and start your left side. All right? Again, using your breath, using your voice. You have to shout. It's all good. I was definitely at the gym yesterday. I was doing pull-ups yesterday. Face and all. So no shame. You're at home too. You're not even like I was in front of other people. So you should really not be scared to make some noises and some faces. Right? So if you're done with the left side, relax again. Full relax, full rest. Take a few breaths, at least 5 breaths. If you need longer, take longer before you start your lunges. So now we're going for 3 to 5 lunges. These are tricky, so 3 is good, especially if you're carrying a particularly heavy weight. Don't feel shame to, again, use a wall or a chair to support you. Once you get into that lunge, make sure you are set up in good position, knee and ankle in a good position, feet nice and broad, core active. And then challenge yourself. Again, try to keep that the pelvis level as you stand up. You're just shifting your weight, your pelvis weight up over that standing foot. And this is quick. Yeah. Once you're done, again, rest, 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 rest. And I really just want you to listen to your heart rate before you do this last side, okay? Let it come down. Let your breath come down. Make sure you can get a good, full, complete breath to support you in the left side before you get going. This is really good work. Yeah. Should be feeling pretty good by now, pretty alive, pretty awake. Pretty glad that this is the last round. And if you're going ahead with the left side, more power to you. Again, 3 to 5 on the left. Being responsible, getting yourself set up well, listening to your body as you move, challenge it, grunt, scream, shout. Do what you got to do. Yeah. So that is it, y'all. That brings to an end of all the strength work. That was really a lot of work. So give your body a really good recovery. I'm going to do a quick recovery with you now. I'm going to encourage you to spend even more time if you can. Maybe go for at least a 5-10 minute walk. That walking is just, it really helps integrate all this work that you've been doing. So let's jump into a quick recovery, and then hopefully you can say peace out to me. Go take your little walk, even if you just walk around your house a couple of times, whatever it is, that'll feel really good after doing this work. So with that said, just come down on the ground with me on your back. Didn't move this quite far enough. Okay. You want your feet on the floor, knees facing the ceiling, and my feet are further than hip width apart, and we're just going to do some little windshield wipers here. You can just let your arms rest by your side, and the windshield wiper is the knees just going from one side to the other, moving with your breath. All right, so your breath is going to start to slow down here. If you need some support slowing your breath down, you can always take a breath in and then blow it out through your lips, kind of pursing your lips like you're blowing out through a straw. That's a really good way to bring your heart rate down, your blood pressure down really quickly. But we're just doing some easy movements here, just letting the knees fall to the right, letting the knees fall to the left, moving with our breath, giving the body like a really immediate, like, oh wow, okay, I'm done with all that heavy lifting. I can let gravity do the work here now. I'm just here now to integrate that work and begin to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, so the part that calms us down, so that as you go back out into the world, whatever it is you have to do next, you are in a parasympathetic state, not in like a fight or flight state. Definitely, heavy lifting, intense exercise is so good for us, but it's so important to take this time to recover as well, just so that we can get out of the sympathetic state, that like fight or flight state. Cortisol pumping through the body. We all are hearing now about how chronic stress causes the release of cortisol into the body and it's too much. It's just too much, and it does damage. So bring yourself out of that state now. Take some time. If you've got 5 minutes, if you've got 10 minutes, even better. But it is an important part of your overall well-being, and it doesn't take much. All right, so you can stay here and play with this as long as you want. Like I said, I would encourage you, even if you're just walking around your house, I don't care, just get out, walk, kind of a brisk, easy walk for a few minutes before you move on to whatever it is you're doing. But with that said, I leave you. Congratulations, great work. Thank you for doing this, for you, for me, for the whole world. And I will see you for our second session later this week.